Hey everyone, welcome to version 1.0.0.8. And in this video, we're going to look at the new legendary items that drop off of the bosses from the Steps of Torment, Alcamos, and the Bastion of Chaos, Charzul. But first, we're going to go over what they dropped before, and what they'll still drop as their lower level things. So for Alcamos, he has a rare sword and a rare scythe. And these provide you with the Spectral Strike ability, which is a, teleport ability. It's like Shadow Strike. And then he also has rings that he'll drop at level 30 and level 65. And these are Alcamos' Anguish and Alcamos' Dread. And it's a 2-set that give you Rhyme Fire. And we'll just slap these on Cheated here. And Rhyme Fire, chance on critical attack, you'll deal extra damage. So we can just toss those. But now, I believe this is new. Soul Rend, the right hand of Alcamos, the Devourer of Souls and Tormentor of the Wicked. It's a scythe. It's a cold vitality frostburn scythe. Got some lifesteal on there. A lot of cooldown reduction. That's actually a lot of cooldown reduction. That's caster offhand cooldown reduction with more cooldown reduction than a caster offhand. That's kind of crazy, actually. And it looks pretty... it's hard to see there. And it's a ghost scythe. It looks pretty cool. Oh! Come on, do it again. Cheated, you're failing me now. There we go. Wow, that's actually kind of a big ability. Okay, so it's on crit. Man, that's gonna be scary to fight against, because he'll get that ability if he has his scythe out. That looks pretty cool, actually. No pun intended. I may try to go for that as a legitimate item for a character. Just because the cooldown reduction is so heavy. And yeah, it's a two-hander for a Nightblade, but I don't know, with a lot of attack speed and with pneumatic burst up, I mean, you'll be attacking a lot and you get that nice cooldown reduction. I know I'm harping on it, but 22% cooldown reduction just off of a weapon with the Nightblade tree, which is like, this is cooldown based, this is cooldown based, this is cooldown based. Everything is cooldown based except for, the top row. And the Nightblade, like, that's just really good. It's a really good Nightblade thing. And then I think I have to keep this equipped because we need to do some attacking. And then he also has some legendary rings now. Alcamos Touch of Anguish and Alcamos Touch of Dread. This gives you Dread Fire, which is the same thing as Rhyme Fire, but bigger, it looks like. Oh, reduction to enemies' health. That's pretty solid. And you get +4 Phantasmal Armor and Elemental Awakening. And that's +2 Phantasmal Armor and +2 to Nightblade. So yeah, it's quite a bit to Phantasmal Armor, actually. I don't think we'll actually see the Rhyme Fire proc. Like, this character has no gear, and we're seeing giant crits off of him, too. So, oh, there it is. Okay. That is Alcamos stuff. Now, Charzul always dropped Charzul's Furnace at lower level, Charzul's Incinerator at higher level. I shouldn't say always. It was a more common drop. And I actually think it could pop off of not him anyways. And this is sort of, it's Brute Force and Flame Touched for these two. And you get Hell Path, which I believe is his Fire Rings. Whoops. So we can get a proc here. This is going to actually take a few swings to do with a lot of these characters. Oh, Hell Path is a granted skill. Excuse me, sorry. There we go. Wow, that's actually a pretty cool ability. And that has a unique animation, too. Kaboom! Huh. Learn something new every day. It shows how often I went for this weapon. But now he's got Charzul's World Eater. The weapon has spilled oceans of blood for Chthon, and it yearns for more. So this is a commando weapon. As you can see by the +2 to demo, +1 to soldier on the weapon, and +1 to flame touch. Those are grayed out now, because this character's not part of those classes. Which is a pretty handy thing to have, just for looking at that. It's a little quality of life improvement. It has a lot. That's a goddamn lot of physical fire and internal trauma damage. Yeah, this would definitely go for something like what? Fire Strike or bombs, Force Wave, Blade Arc. I could even see using Blade Arc with this. And it grants, excuse me for the sniffle there, it grants Charzul's Wrath. It is another activated ability. Whoops. And I think that's the same thing. Yes. It's just really big on this weapon. Here, let's zoom out and get a good glimpse of that where we don't have stuff impeding it. Wow, that's actually a lot of range on that ability. That's pretty cool. And that's a lot of damage too. So that is a pretty solid looking weapon. All in all these legendaries are a really nice addition. And they did this in order to bring these two bosses up to par with Aldrich. Oh, and I just realized I don't think I've actually shown off Aldrich's weapons either, have I? Let me go grab those. Okay, so the Scepter of Aldrich is his epic, and you can see it here. And then the Decree of Aldrich is his legendary, which is here. One's all lit up, one isn't. So the Scepter is a pretty whatever weapon. It's Lightning Aether. You get some resistance in there. Devastation Maelstrom. The Corrupting Touch of Aldrich is the Aether Tendril ability you'll see Aether Crystals use. But it does that. The Decree of Aldrich is really interesting, though. It is the same, Lightning Aether. It has basically the same stats, just a little more of it. +1 to all Arcana skills. A better Corrupting Touch of Aldrich. But the key thing on this item that makes it unique is the 50% elemental damage converted to Aether damage. This means that you can turn something like Trojan Sky Shards, more of Kalidor's Tempest, more of Panetti's, Fire Strike, Blackwater Cocktail. Hell, you could even change part of Amaras's Blade Burst over to Aether damage. And that's really interesting. Because this means you can take some builds, pull them into this Aether realm, where you can gear Cold Aether and make it more effective. Where you can gear Lightning Aether and make it more effective. I actually have a legitimate one of these on my Meteor Druid, and it's really that build opened up when the Aether Storm Rings and Amulet showed up. When that set showed up and you got Aether Lightning. This, it took a build that was broken open and broke it more open. So, the Decree of Aldrich is a great item for, it makes builds. It's a build-making item. I think all three of these bosses, their unique items, the legendary level ones, are all build makers. I can see totally building around Charzul's World Eater. I know I can build around the Decree of Aldrich, because I've done it, and Soul Rend. And of course, Alcamos Touch of Dread and Touch of Anguish. I could see building around all of these things and making it a really solid build. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Happy hunting and finding these, and I'll see you guys next time.